an example of a very disposable movie from that era. It's
They
the,
just wanted money.
and they didn't make it. The movie didn't do well. Lucy's career continued to just tank to the point where I believe her agency dropped her. They were like, "You're too old at this point. So you're like 28. You're too old."
I'm 28. I'm too old, guys. I'll go get my walker.
And then that's what led her to do the radio shows and to, she met Desi, and I Love Lucy is born.
Could you imagine being told that you're too old at 28? Like, nowadays, being, being 35 is the new 25 nowadays.
Although being 38 and meeting somebody who's younger than you, I tend to remember some jokes about my Jamaican nurse and my walker and my hearing aid. So,
But that's 38. That's 38. That's not 35.
35 is the cutoff, and then it's just downhill from there?
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay.
Hey, is Heather Jamaican by any chance?
Oh, no, if only. I'll have to still hire one. But this movie is available on YouTube because nobody gives a shit about it.
Well,
Nobody's
right,
going to
even
fight
Turner
it
Classic
copyright.
Movies won't play it.
No.
Well, and that's the thing too that makes me frustrated is that I still watched it, I still enjoyed it, but it's one of those things where it's like it's not appealing enough to be something. Oh, I want to watch this again.
And would you have enjoyed it if it had been anybody else playing that part?
No.
The main attraction to it is
Lucille
Lucy.
Ball. Yeah, she's the key. She's the keynote in this movie. Yeah. She really is. She's witty in it. She is plays it as a very she just has a very classicness about her, but she's still funny.
She can't, as much as she was trying not to be.
Yeah.
She wanted to be a serious actress. She can't help but just be naturally witty and deliver the dialogue in a way that actually elevates the dialogue, which is fairly standard, stilted 1940s thriller dialogue.
Yeah, I mean, she's just a brilliant actress, and she can't help it. She's just brilliant. I mean, some people have it, some people don't.
It is a curse.
Oh, whatever. Get off your high horse.
I don't feel like there's quite as much to say about this as there was about A Face in the Crowd.
See, that's the thing, too, is that what's so frustrating is that, she is such a brilliant actress, is that there's more to say about I Love Lucy than there is about her movies.
Yeah.
And that's the tragic thing.
Well, and, I mean, you could say the same thing about Andy Griffith. I mean, because both of them, nowadays, if you're a comedian, like I saw a trailer just today for a weird movie that's coming out.
Oh, no.
With, it's got Julia Louis-Dreyfus in it as a mother whose adult child is dying. And a gigantic talking parrot comes to guide her through the grief process.
What?
Yeah, I don't remember the name of this movie. Insert here. But I watched it going. But in the trailer, if you forget about the parrot for a second, Julia Louis-Dreyfus, who we all know is a very, very funny lady, is delivering a really sad, dramatic performance. And that's what comedians do now. Back then, Andy had success on Andy Griffith, Lucy had success on I Love Lucy, so they just tried to keep doing the same thing. The new Andy Griffith show or the Lucy show, and it's just like them not getting outside of their comfort zone. They just keep doing the same thing.
Yeah. I mean, I think that's the issue that they kind of had back then is that, once producers or, whoever was in charge saw what worked, they didn't allow them to break out of
Yeah.
that, box. And, that's the tragic thing. Nowadays, if a comedian wants to break out of that box, they're going to, kick it full force and be like, if
Yeah.
this works, it works. If it doesn't, oh well.
And like I said at the beginning of the podcast, that is just a. I don't know what it is, but like comedians, and I've dated a comedian. Comedians, they'll be the first to tell you that they're all fucked up and that there's an inherent tragedy behind them, that they use comedy as a way of coping with that.
Yeah.
So when they can then, they, very rarely do they ever drop it. Like even something like Jim Carrey in Eternal Sunshine.
Yeah.
He's not playing it like he would any other Jim Carrey performance, but there'll be a funny thing here and there or a way he'll look or deliver a line. So they never drop it completely, but when they can tap into that tragedy inside of them, I think they're better than just about any dramatic actor is.
That's what I kind of always loved about Robin Williams. Before he passed away, he was obviously a comedic genius.
Yeah.
But he was a genius at dramatic roles, and he never got the credit he deserved ever for those.
And even because even after winning an Oscar, he'd still do stupid movies like there was I think one called RV or something, and there's one I don't remember what it was. It's him, John Travolta, and there's a gorilla or something. I don't remember, but yeah, he kept going back to like, well, but I'm the funny guy. I'm the funny guy, so I need to be the funny guy.
I think his issue is that he was a people pleaser, like a lot of us are. But I think I can't speak for him obviously because I'm not Robin Williams.
Yeah.
But I think he wanted people to just love him for who he was, and he wanted to continue to keep making people laugh and not to forget him. But I think in the process he forgot who he was.
Yeah.
And like so many actors and comedians and people who are in show business, I think that's something that we all forget sometimes. Because there's a deep dark part of us that we're doing this because we want to be loved, we want recognition, and we want to
validation,
to be seen.
Yeah.
Whether it's making people laugh, having people clap for us, having something of some sort. It gets lost along the way at some point in time, and we forget who we are.
Well, I mean, Jim Carrey, who's pretty much retired at this point, has said that he realized at a certain point that Jim Carrey was also a character he was playing, and he just got tired of it. He didn't want to play Jim Carrey anymore. And I wouldn't be, he's never brought it up, but that, I'm sure that looking at what happened to Robin Williams probably shook him, because they are similar in a lot of ways.
Oh yeah.
Both suffer from depression and
very, physical comedic actors and
very good dramatic actors too. But Lucy getting the applause, getting the accolades, being the highest paid woman on TV, being the most famous person in America when I Love Lucy was on. That's why you look at I think she did 3 other shows after I Love Lucy, and they're all generic comedy shows. None of them are as good as I Love Lucy. And she's reaching for something. She wants that back. And it would have been great if she instead had said, maybe I'll do the dramatic stuff another try.
But, I think she was just to a point where maybe she wasn't able to recognize that. So who knows? You know, me and you aren't her, but we can see from, the outside looking in that, that might have been better for her if she had tried.
Yeah. But so Lurid, you watch it right now. Just go to YouTube.
I think it's free.
It's free. It's just, again, nobody gives a shit. So somebody uploaded it. Nobody copyright claimed it. So, Face in the Crowd is.
You have to pay for it.
You have to pay for that one. And I would personally recommend the Criterion Collection Blu-ray. Both very good movies or one very good movie, one mediocre movie, but two very good performances.
Yeah.
That are very different from what you would expect from Andy Griffith and Lucille Ball.
You will love them both. I mean, the characters, but...
Yeah. Well, you'll feel icked out by Lonesome Roads.
Yeah. You will definitely feel icked out, and you'll probably want to take a shower.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
Yeah. Bleach.
All right. See you next time.
See you guys.